This is the 11th match I've ever played against Faust 1v1 ranked, and it is on the same map, same positions. This time he's probably not going to helicopter cheese me, but we will find out. I don't remember. Because I played games 7 through 12 or 11 all at the same time, so he probably remembers the strategies that I've used, and I know his. So we try to not do the same exact thing every single time. It's usually a good idea. Especially now that I'm streaming, I'm probably going to have to swap things up a little bit every game. Just to go keep people guessing instead of letting them, oh yeah, he always does this. Alright, as you can see, not a helicopter rush by anyone. I just think it's a waste if you're red 4, it's too expensive. Unless you're China, 65-point trained or regular helicopters, they're pretty strong. Good anti-personnel. Probably need plane support like bombers. Okay, this is a long game. Okay. Fighting over here, it's pretty good. You generally want to have some sort of unit over here or over here, depending on which side you're on, just so that you can spot and defend your area a little bit stronger than leaving it totally open or with a vehicle. Although it has a lot of anti-air blocks, like it's just hard to get line of sight on helicopters over here. So it would be a good idea to try to control this sector, portion of the sector rather. More than likely, I asked for a bathroom break here, because this is a really long amount of time to do absolutely nothing when everyone is deployed. So he's going to go for a concentrated push somewhere, and we're stopping. Igla squad, infantry, see recon helicopter, you do the same thing. Just, you don't let them take this area without you knowing. Okay, the normal stuff. My AA piece is an AKM. I got probably GRU and, actually, this is probably Morskaya Pekota with Spetsnaz GRU. This is a GRU squad. Tanks for fire support. While Faust is doing something similar, almost very similar actually, just no big tank. He has the 1Ms. They're just really strong, especially in a city. You can literally just drive them through the block. As soon as they get line of sight, they target and fire, and then they're out of sight. They don't have to guide the missile, so it's super strong in a city fight when you control the city and the helicopters are hovering all around. And so he's trying to spot. This is typically what you'll see against better players. Just two recon helicopters chilling around. Eventually someone will try to take it out. My K-52, actually a bad spot, because as soon as units peek here, because I won't see them, like, I only can see them because I'm out here, but over here, if he brought anything that was fast, like 1Ms, I would have been dead. This range would have clearly wrecked me, and so I ran away when I recognized that. Because Faust has been using 1Ms very much lately. Probably on a recommendation from Mike, or someone that Mike talked with earlier. Yep, Morskaya, Spetsnaz, GRU. Okay. My Spetsnaz are in the open because they didn't decide to go in the building, so I got fucked over. That was really bad. Like, really fucking bad. If I had VDV, they would have killed this a lot quicker, but Morskaya Pekota are pretty shitty at vehicle killing. And I did not use my BTR-90s well enough. So ZPTUs up close, they will hit and hurt very quickly. You see, I couldn't even see that. It reacted so slowly. My BTR-90s, yeah. So I lose the city pretty hard because of this. Because of that stupid bad play by me. My BTR-90s should have been on this side, in between. My OS is going to kill his KA, because it's right next to it, lucky me. I bring my K-29T to try to see something here. This is actually uncommon to see, which depends on what you do. Someone brings a recon helicopter, they'll land the units over here or over here. Kind of bad. A lot of infantry. I don't know. Depends how you play, what he expects from the enemy. This guy gets panicked very quickly because it is trained, so just a little bit of concentrated fire makes him go really, really scared. I think that I lose this game because I don't control his helicopter play, and I lose everything to frickin' 1Ms all the time. Gets really upsetting, because it's just like, well, I should have done better. But I pretty much lost it in the beginning, losing my Spetsnaz to BTR-90s without even putting them in a building right here, because they decided to not go into the building. So I will try to keep this fast. I don't think that I recover from this. I try to, but I don't have the proper units. He gets helicopters on me, and it's just bad, bad on me. Like, if he used a bomber now, he would have been much more effective than what you saw in the earlier games, where I just bomb blank shit and do nothing with it. See, he's keeping up the pressure. He kind of released it a little bit because he pushed forward, which he shouldn't have done. That's something that I notice I do as well. I push forward a little bit too much on this map when I don't need to. GRU killed my BTR-90, that's no good. I try to see what he's got, and now I recognize, oh god, he has about as many units as I do. Igla squad, because can't get killed by helicopters. BTR-90 helped kill the VDV over here. It's like, that's pretty much the whole idea. The vehicle support with Red 4 is, you got your contained hunter-killer combo with your infantry and your vehicle with a BTR-90. Even a BTR-D, you can panic pretty good units with a BTR-D, even those Fallschirmjäger. And then the VDV could win on a one-on-one basis. It's just, they'll probably be at 1 or 2 left by the time it happens. So I try to infiltrate because usually people don't have good anti-vehicle killers in the back. They usually keep AA in the back. And for good reason, it's just hard to push through. And they don't expect it. So I'm fighting tooth and nail, just trying to get all my forces up. And he's just trying to resupply. And probably, yep, getting some infantry back up. As you can see, this hasn't really changed much at all. Although I think that he probably killed this and I had to resupply it, or repurchase, so that I keep my site. But I don't remember. I see a CV. Mark it. Some people ask why a mark. It's because there's so much going on, why not mark it? It's a tool available to you. Just use it, you know? Makes life easy. So I kill his stuff in Echo. Most people, if they commit units to Echo, are doing the wrong thing. It should be like a couple units, nothing more. The reason is because the path to the enemy base is this. So units in Echo are completely out of the way and super hard to reinforce without helicopters. And it's just better to get this area in control and a little bit over here. Because when you control this, you can have your fire support come around, which is helpful, especially when you're trying to push here, or when you're trying to push into this part of the buildings, you'll need this area. But only like 1 or 2 squads to make sure no one takes it. So as you can see here, I kind of have squads literally everywhere. And the problem is that they're in 1-man squads instead of 2-man or 3-man. Don't do 4-man. 4-man, one guy does pretty much nothing in fighting for some reason. The way the game is wrote. And if you get bombed on that 4-man squad, you just lost 4 men instead of 4-man squad instead of a 3-man squad. And it's just, why risk it? The reward is just not enough to risk it. See, that's bad. It used all of its RPGs. It means I lost a lot of units for free. So I infiltrate. I recognize where his CV is. I capture here because I own it. And he captured here because he keeps killing my CV because I'm an idiot. It's like pretty much the CV's always around over here. You gotta do something else. He did something right. Put it behind a bunch of stuff. So he has 3 VDV squads. I recognize it when I lose a BTRD. My BTR 90 again, fire support position. He has better tanks. He tries bombing. My Spetsnaz, I don't know, I just always manage to screw up with Spetsnaz. So now Faust is putting in units in bigger clumps because he's seeing that I'm not. And when you have them in bigger groups, when they take damage, they kind of cycle through the buildings to reduce the damage to every single squad to be about even, so that you don't get obliterated one squad at a time in a squad of 3. It's kind of useful. So what he did here, most people don't put the CV over here, so this worked out really well for him. I was just like, damn it. I'm pretty sure I had voice comms with him. So I try to kill this. My B1 takes way too much damage. So I recover a little bit, but I don't know if you noticed, my infantry is not coming in. I just don't have that much. And I tell him that much. Because, well, I don't know. I tell him. That's all I know. So he kind of... That means that I threw away my infantry relative to him. And you could really see it, because I lost a lot to helicopters, vehicles, bad positioning. See this 3-man squad? Doesn't have to be that far forward. A lot of my fire support is going to get it. I land as soon as I see it, but they're out of ammo, so it didn't matter. But it's little things like that that save your helicopters. Because the helicopter destroys infantry, especially with a Yak B. But I'm pretty sure he wins this because of what happened also. Take a look at the points. I was behind pretty often. And he gets miss. Good. Look at that. Spetsnaz are wrecking that somehow. 1 Spetsnaz. Oh, probably with that as well. It probably was this that did 3 damage. Yeah, I lose pretty handily. Nothing really to watch. It's just resupply, pretty important when you're trying to keep your units alive. I see it, I try to take it out. So I do. See, this is the fun part about city fighting. You can try to pass units by doing this. Poor guys. Pretty sure this Mi-24D kind of wrecks these guys. Look at that. Look at that. I had 30 guys in there, and now it's at 18. That's terrible. So desperate I use MiG-27s for ASF, and I lose. Rightfully so. I played poorly. But even though the kills were kind of even, he had better position and didn't lose stuff for no reason.